Every woman has a story. Share yours with us. This is the woman's world.
Welcome back again to Women's World Show Social Distancing Edition. Here we use the breakthrough moment and word of a success for women to inspire and motivate you. We measure success not by the amount of money in the pocket, but by the effort one makes on daily basics to achieve their goal. We believe that every woman has a story, so share yours with us, and my name is Clara Kronberg. Joining me today is a clinical and sport psychologist who will be leading us into her world and at the same time discuss the topic of the day, which is the impact of social distancing on our mental health. How can we remain human, socially involved after this social distancing we are in? How can we continue to engage with each other without fear? These and more I'll be discussing with my guest today, Rocio Pamela. Welcome to the show.
Rocio, yeah.
Rocio.
Rocio, that's perfect. You're doing perfect.
Nice to finally hear from you. And what a beautiful farmhouse you have there. I can see the background, really nice, the coziness, perfect. So how is it like living in the farmhouse with your family? You have 2 kids, right?
Yeah, I have 2 kids. One 2 years old is the older, and 1 year old, Patrick and David. And we spend much time here in the farm. We live in Malaga, but we spend a lot of time here in the farm because this was my husband's grandfather's farm.
Right.
And now he died on September, and now my husband is managing all this and continue all that his grandfather did. No.
Oh, amazing. So do you feel more comfortable, much more, is it easier for you living in the farmhouse with your kids, now that you are social distancing?
Yeah, in these days is really good because they can go out, they can run, they can play, and this is very big. So for them, it's just perfect, no? They are with their parents. They can go with animals. They can run. It's really great to be here, no?
You told me, of course, nobody is actually an expert of what is to come after we social distance here. But of course, from our own perspective and personal opinion, you can say what you think and how you think people can actually handle this. So what do you think will be the impact of social distancing on us as humans, as individuals, rather? How do you think we are going to come out? Are we going to come out scared, or resenting people? What do you think, in your opinion?
Well, obviously, I think this really suppose and presented a strong impact on our generation, right? Yeah. This is a dramatic situation, what is happening, but we are also receiving everyday negative information about thousands of new cases, deaths all around the world. It's really unhealthy for any mind, no? So the truth is that we don't really know today the real impact that this have in our mental health. But I have been reading these days, watching videos and studies from other times in life where was not a virus, but a war or a fatal disease attack. And you know what? Humanity has always resurfaced from this kind of situation. We had always overcome. And also we have come out reinforced, no, at this time. So for sure, we will do it again. That is the only thing that I know.
Exactly. But what do you think, in your opinion, that we can intentionally do as individuals, to each other? How can we live intentionally after this moment?
Well, I think probably we have to change. We have to open our minds and to change, and at least for a time, the way we relate to each other. No, but it doesn't mean that we have to change the quality of our relations. We are just going to change the superficial layer of the relations for a period of time, but the essential remains. I think it's the same. No, for example, when we come back, no, what we used to consider a lack of respect, such as not shaking hands or kissing when meeting someone.
Yeah, which is
I think
Spanish kind
now
of
those
way
kind
of
of
greeting.
exactly. I think now those kind of gestures are going to be considered just the opposite, no? A respect for the health of the other person and their family members, no? So understanding this, I don't think this become a problem until we can be immune to the virus.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, I'm curious. What can you give me like a typical insight to your day-to-day activity? I know that you're a clinical and sports psychologist. Do you still work right now while you are home social distancing?
Yes, I'm working on online consultations, no? And the main thing that I'm working is well, I think that this time is time to reflection, to be patient, to be tolerant, to thought, to learning, and I think basically this is a time for acceptance, no? To accept the situation. What I really try to teach to my clients is that it's important to know the difference between to accept and to resign. Resign means to give up, no? It means like being mad about the situation that we are living, and I think that we have to accept, in the deeply understand that what happened to us today, it's part of life, right? Accept means to flow with life. That's a word that I really like, no? To flow is like to dance with life without judging it's far or not. It's to keep loving life the way it is, in sickness and in health, in joys and in sorrows. It's about being comprehensive. It's not falling into the urgency that we have. It's knowing how to wait. To accept means being active, proactive, generous, tolerant, and that for sure will help us to pass this situation for better. No, that's one of the main things that I try to teach to my clients, and also I have a lot of tools that we can share if you want.
Yes, I would like that because I think it's important that people are enlightened to how to open up their mind. It's easy to say, open your mind. You know, you can learn from this. Open your mind. But some people ask the question, how do I open my mind? My head might be, strong to find a way to it, but yours might not be, and hers might not be. So, of course, I'm very open to it for you to share inside of, your activities, how we can take it all in.
It's very important these days to be grateful for the things that we have. And an exercise that I tell to my clients a lot is just to write every day before going to sleep 3 things you are grateful for. To say thank you. To say thank you for the things that we have, no? Because during the day we are now very focused on all the negative things, but we have to try to be thankful for things, no? So for me, very important first to accept that this moment we are living the dark side of life. It's part of life, but we have lived before and we will live again the beautiful, the lighting, the enjoyable part of our lives, and who knows, maybe we will appreciate more and be more grateful for them, no? And the second thing, don't overload with negative info. So turn off the TV and turn on the Women's World Show and positive.
That's a good advice.
And the third thing, if if you feel overload, you can remove it with being grateful, physical exercises, relaxation techniques, or mindfulness that are very, very useful. These techniques for this period of time.
Amazing. Thank you for that. Meanwhile, you work with a lot of sports clubs, golf club here in Spain, Marbella, Spain, Costa del Sol, I believe, right? But how does it, how do the golf players, how are they right now that they are under quarantine? How are they, how do you think, do you have clients that you have communicated to see how they are coping with the situation?
Hmm. Yes, I keep contact with all of them because I work online since a long time ago, since like 6 years ago, not now, with them. So I keep contact with them, and I think um, athletes in general uh, has an advantage in this period of time because they really know what it's to be frustrated. This is similar than when a football player cannot play or when an athlete has a pain and they cannot do their sport. No, they feel that frustration that we can feel now. So they are really used to this kind of situations, and the main tool that we use is the visualization. Visualization, um, is to use the imagine. We know from different studies that the brain doesn't really difference what is real and what you are imagining in this moment. So you can feel good if you imagine good things, and you can generate those emotions because your brain think that it's really living that sensations. And that's what we work with athletes. It's just to imagine what you wanna do when you go to competition. They use a lot their imagination. They imagine the technique, the physical things that they have to do, and it really works. So they, when they recover the normal and they compete again, they don't have the sensation that they stop a lot of weeks. They just imagine that like as if like if it were real, with all the sensation, with all the sense, not just with visualize. It's just feeling everything, and that's what they are doing. That's the main support that I give them.
Amazing visualization, because I feel like no matter how much they stay home and exercise with whatever they can find around themselves, it will not be, amounted, it will not be enough as what they used to, or they are used to. So visualization, that's a very good tip. So would you say that you are actually living a very mentally balanced life now that we're socially distancing?
If I'm living that, yes. Yes, it's, I think that I have a privileged situation now here. So sometimes I think nothing changed because I'm here in the countryside with all the essentials, and I like to pass a lot of times during the year. I pass long time here because I disconnect of everything. So I'm really in a privileged place, and I always do online sessions since a lot of years ago, and it's great. It's great.
Oh, great, great. So, what advice would you give some young ladies out there right now trying to find their balance mentally to, to find, how am I going to move next level? Because the truth is that when this whole social distancing hit and self-isolation and quarantining started, some people lost the focus of okay what they are doing, and everything was, they were a lot of people were a little bit devastated. So what would be your advice on staying focused?
Well, I think we have to be very flexible in life, and what you did, for example, to reinvent your program and to do something different is great.
Yes.
I think that's what we have to follow. People like you that reinvent and say, okay, I'm not used to do this, but I'm going to do it. Uh, I don't think we can, this is a positive situation like some gurus said, no? That this is positive, everything happened for something. I don't really believe that. But I think that from this nightmare that we are living and from this awful virus, we can get good things, and we have to have the resilience. We have to grow. We have to do something to be better. No? So I think this tell us that we need to be very flexible. We need to adapt to the situation. We need to reinvent every time, and we have to be able to tolerate frustration, to accept, to stop, not being all the time living in the urgency of getting everything. We have to stop and accept that life is like this, right? So I think that's the most important thing, to tolerate the frustration, to accept all these emotions, and to reinvent like what you did.
We are going to take a look of a little bit of Rothio's activities, the things that she does at home in her beautiful farm, and I'll be back with you in a minute.
Every woman has a story. Share yours with us. This is the woman's
Bien. A ver.
¿Cómo, papi? La cerita. Ah, la cerita. ¿Y tú cómo la quieres llamar?
¿Qué hacéis, chicos?
Okay, welcome back again, and that was really a very interesting one, interesting to look at. So thank you for sharing a piece of you in Women's What Show and giving advice to some ladies out there. I know, I'm definitely sure that we need people like you, other women that have success stories, to continue to share their part or a piece of them to continue to inspire us in our journey. We need it every day.
Well, thanks to you for inviting me. It's really a luxury to be here with you.
Luxury. Thank you. Thank you. You're very funny. Thank you, Rothio. And I will catch up with you sometime soon again. Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Very interesting section. Actually, I enjoy talking to her. She's young and vibrant. You can feel that she has a very good positive energy. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again on the next episode of Women's Watch Show Social Distancing Edition. Meanwhile, remember to stay safe, stay home, and do the needful. Let's continue to save lives. Thank you for clicking on Women's What Show YouTube channel. Please remember to subscribe for more interesting videos like this. Remember, some of the videos might even make you laugh and some might make you cry. But of course, you get inspired, motivated, and more even elevated. See you on the next video on Women's What Show.